Hi there. This video is going to look at ratio. What ratio does is it allows us to compare quantities of a particular variable. So if we look at this first example here, we've got a punch bowl. It contains 2 litres of lemonade, 3 litres of cold tea and 7 litres of pineapple juice. We need to work out how much cold tea would there be in a 250ml glass of this punch. So the first thing that we need to do is come up with a ratio of lemonade to tea to pineapple juice. So if I just abbreviate these types of liquids here, so lemonade, cold tea, so T for tea, and P for pineapple juice. And what we're dealing with are these numbers here, how much of each type of ingredient is in the punch bowl. So our ratio will be 2 to 3 to 7. Okay, so 2 parts will be lemonade, 3 parts will be tea, and 7 parts will be pineapple juice. Now if we change these into fractions, to get our denominator we need to add the 3 parts of the ratio. So 2 plus 3 plus 7 is equal to 12. So in total there are 12 parts. We know that 2 parts out of the 12 are lemonade, or 2/12 is lemonade, 3/12 will be tea, and 7/12 will be pineapple. So it's asking how much tea would there be in 250 mils. So what we're trying to work out is how much tea is in that glass. So we're going to use 3/12 because we know that 3/12 will consist of cold tea. So 3/12 times 250 mils, and that'll give us the number of mils there are in that glass of tea. Okay, so so 3/12 times 250 will give us 125 halves, which if we use this FD button we'll change that to a decimal, so 62.5 mils. 62.5 mils will be cold tea. The second example here, we've got a group of investors buying some shares. Michael puts in $500, Sally $300 and Nicola $600. A year later they receive their first dividend. How should they share this amount? So we need to work out from this amount here, how much do each of these 3 people get? So let's come up with our first ratio. So we're looking at Michael to Sally to Nicola. So Michael puts in 500, Sally puts in 300, and Nicola puts in 600. So this is our ratio that we're going to use. We need to use these numbers because Michael, Sally and Nicola put in different amounts, so whatever money they get back, then that money needs to be shared according to this ratio. Now we can simplify this ratio. You can see that 100 goes into each of those parts evenly, so dividing through by 100 we end up with 5 to 3 to 6. Okay, our total number of parts would be 5 plus 3 plus 6, and that is equal to 14. So our fractions will be Michael will get 5/14, Sally will get 3/14, and Nicola will get 6/14. So we want to share out this $970.90 according to this ratio. So if we start with Michael first, Michael gets 5/14 of $970.90, which will be $346.75. Sally will get 3/14 of that amount. So 3/14 $208.05. So $208.05, and then Nicola will get 6/14 of that amount. So if Sally's getting 3/14 and Nicola's getting 6/14, then Nicola is getting double what Sally is getting. So if we just double that amount there, so we're getting $416.10 for Nicola. So these are the shares. Okay, the last example, we've got boxes of chocolates. Each box contains 52 chocolates filled with various types of centres in this ratio, 4:2:7. Okay, so we've got nougat centres and nut centres and caramel centres in that order. So if you notice in the sentence, we've got nougat, then nut, and then caramel, and that's how we use the ratio. So if the ratio is in this order, looking at how the centres are sequenced, nougat means there are 4 parts, nut 2 parts, and caramel 7 parts. So our fractions will end up being 4 plus 2 plus 7 is 13. So nougat, there would be 4/13, nut 2/13, and caramel 7/13. There are 2 boxes of chocolates and each box has 52. So for 2 boxes, in total there are 104 chocolates. So we want to find out how many are caramel centres, so we're using that fraction there. So 7/13 of 104, so of meaning times. $56. So 56 chocolates out of the 2 boxes are caramel.